How many of you guys watch the show called Sopranos? It's one of my favorite shows, of course. I love to see Adriana Lacerva. She got a hard face. She's cute in the face, but she's like a, white chicks. Age beat up on her. It does. Age ain't kind to white chicks. How many of y'all want to, for those of you who know what Adriana Lacerva looked like, how would y'all like to see what she looked like in about 10 years? They got a picture of Adriana Lacerva, and what she looked like in 10 years, and here it is. Anyway, this is a story. I don't know if I did it or not, but it came up while I was looking at that, and I just can't believe it. So I want y'all to hear this story. They called it Sophie's Nightmare. How a Georgia mother allowed her boyfriend to impregnate her 10-year-old daughter. Let's break some news.
Breaking news, nigga. Breaking news, nigga. Breaking news, nigga. Breaking news, nigga. I'm breaking news, nigga. I'm breaking the news. I'm breaking the news, nigga. That's what I'm about to do. Breaking news, nigga. Breaking news, nigga. Breaking news, nigga. Breaking news, nigga.
Let me tell y'all something. Dear white women, the sun is not your motherfucking friend. Avoid that bitch at all costs. So I said they dug her up specifically for this interview. They done reanimated this bitch to come tell the story. Oh, let's fucking hear it. Fuck it.
To The Reveal, a show where news is made.
You're supposed to protect your kids, but when you fail in that responsibility, our laws, the state and police have a duty to step in. But in the case of a young Georgia girl,
she said duty.
All her safety nets failed her and allowed her attacker time and
all your hairnets failed you.
Space to continue to abuse her. School was one of those few consistent places Sophie could go and enjoy just being a kid. It was a place she could eat, play, and laugh with other fifth graders. And for a few hours a day, get a break from her unstable home life.
And she's very special. All of them are, but she was born premature, yellow jaundice.
That was then. On this particular day, the little girl is 9. We're calling her Sophie to protect her.
Your granddaughter has been through so much.
She has. And for her to keep living and be strong, she has an angel with her.
Police were also with her February 2016 as she got off the school bus into her grandmother's van.
All of a sudden, the Grantville Police Department surrounds me.
Sophie had realized during...
But that young woman had some nice titties when she was young. How many of y'all into skinny girls with big titties? I don't know what it is about them. They just look like when they skinny, but they got a big old titties that look like a stick walking around. And then they turn to the side. You like, hey, like a whole stick. She got a shitty shape. Then bam, okay. I can deal with it. And they don't be that big. It's just they're that small. Like they'd be like at most. I think I dated a girl. I swore her tits was huge. She was like, "It's just a C cup." I said, "Really? That things look huge."
Sex education class that the man who was touching her at home.
No, that's it. It's the sun. It's meth and smoking and drinking and pretty much anything else in the cabinet.
Was actually sexually abusing her. She told her elementary school administrators. They alerted police, and officers were now speaking to her grandmother.
What did they tell you?
You say you hope my mama don't watch me talk about women? I hope your mama watch how you talk about women. Swish House boss, do you hope my mama watch me fuck women too? I'm a grown-ass man. If she watch me, that's her damn problem. I'm not even a grown man no more. I'm extra motherfucking grown. I am 43 years old. If my mother's watching me and getting offended, she need her ass kicked. Serious business. If you watching your 43-year-old son talking about listen how he talk about women, I'm fucking 43. What the fuck? Do you say that same shit about Eddie Murphy's parents? You dumb bitch. Have you said any of that same shit about motherfuckers who do porn? You dumb bitch. Have you said any of that? What the fuck? Oh, I hope your mother watches this. I mean, if she likes entertainment. Before me, she used to watch Richard Pryor talk about hoes like this. So how the fuck it's okay for Richard Pryor to do it, but I don't, but I do it, it's a problem. You dumb bitch. You just said stupid shit in my comment section. You don't give a shit. Just come in and say something stupid. Hopefully Tommy will respond, and I usually do in kind.
Exactly.
That she claimed that he had touched her.
He was 34-year-old Nicholas Dion Thrash. He was Sophie's mother's live-in boyfriend.
Dog. It's a nigga. Oh, I thought we had got away with an all-white story like we just did. Right, Red Fox? I thought we... What? Tony, they used to listen to Dolomite. Isn't that how we learned about Petey Wheatstraw and stuff like that? You just gonna start playing shit. That's what we gonna do? It's just fuck Tommy. We just gonna start playing commercials? What the fuck we doing? Anyway, how did we learn about Petey Wheatstraw, Tony? They was up there watching that shit, but all of a sudden, I'm supposed to just be, I don't know who the fuck at 43.
There was never a sign at all of any kind of child molestation.
After the interviews with her, I knew that he had done something.
Hogansville police investigator Jeff Shepard remembers taking over the case from Grantville police because this
They said it was Floyd Mayweather.
house, where Thrash was abusing little Sophie, was just minutes from his police station.
What made this one so believable?
How does a 9-year-old make something up that graphic and traumatic? You can tell when somebody really...
Swisher House, donate or get the fuck out. If Swisher House does not donate in the next... Swisher House, you got 2 minutes from the time you hear this. If Swisher House does not donate, while you want to tell me what the fuck I should concentrate on, block Swisher House since you think that you're supposed to stop my damn show and keep making your dumb ass comments. Swisher House, I expect to see a donation from you, or I expect you that you're going to go somewhere else where there's more positive news, you dumb bastard. Fuck, you gonna sit here and it's a 99 million motherfuckers live right now, and you want to sit here and tell me what I should be saying? Fuck you.
He really is desperate for your help.
As Lieutenant Shepard and social workers with the Division of Family and Children's Services were busy making sure Sophie is physically okay, Thrash disappears.
And it was as if he fell off the face of the earth. Where is Nicholas Thrash? Mom says that she hasn't seen him, she can't get him on the phone. We know during the interviews that the children say that Mom's talking to him on the phone.
It was Lieutenant Shepard's first sign that Sophie's mother would become one of the biggest obstacles in his investigation.
Mom did not even come to the house for the search warrant.
But Lieutenant Shepard and his team went inside and found clothes, blankets, and underwear in Sophie's room, clear with DNA evidence. But Mom still wanted the case dropped.
But Mom had started then, you know, this case, you know, my daughter's, you know, I don't think she's telling the truth. I told her then that my case is going to be based on this DNA, and that's what I'm waiting on.
There was a defects order saying Sophie needed to be kept away from Thrash. Her mother still drove her hundreds of miles out of state to reunite with Thrash in Indiana before defects could stop her.
You think your daughter was in denial?
My daughter was brainwashed, very naive and searching and just trying to find a man to love her.
Sophie and her brother were once again sleeping under the same roof with her abuser.
Damn it, Floyd. She drove hundreds of miles for some dick.
This time in this house in Indiana.
They were in a safety plan with me through Coweta County defects. They couldn't wait on evidence to come in, so they released them back to. What else can I do?
Grandma waited, hoping they would come back. During that time, Lieutenant Shepard was also waiting.
They was on Rule Street. Oh, wait. They was on Rule Street. Oh, motherfucking way. But that nigga ain't made no videos about that. Swear me down, I'm some potential pedophile. That's why you fuck with me every day. But you didn't start this nightmare on Rule Street, oh motherfucking way.
For the DNA test results.
Because at the time, we didn't have a warrant on paper yet, because there's believing somebody, but then there's getting the evidence to get the warrants.
The wait gave Thrash the space and time he needed to continue abusing Sophie outside Georgia.
Maybe I got some tunnel vision on the investigation. I didn't put a rush on the DNA.
The test results did eventually come back. Almost 2 years later, it confirmed Thrash had been raping the 9-year-old in this Troup County house.
What?
But it was too late. By then, he had raped her multiple times again in Indiana, and she was now pregnant with the 34-year-old's baby.
He is a sick individual. Very sick. Very, very sick. Who hurts the baby?
That bitch up there looking like Freddie Mercury right before the end. That's a hard looking bitch. Her face looked like a glove that you've been working on for years.
He's robbed her
Right, talking about some he looks sick. Bitch, you look sick.
of her entire childhood. It's one of those cases that makes you regret, because I did everything. I did, she did what she was supposed to do. She went and told somebody. She told an adult.
That motherfucker said Freddy Cougar.
Shows, even though the wheels are in motion and they're turning, sometimes they just don't seem to turn fast enough for the victim. And with everything we did, all that we could do, and everything in the power of the law and staying within the manner of the law, to me, we weren't fast enough.
Sir, y'all didn't do everything that y'all could do if it took y'all 2 years, and I want to tell me if somebody tell me if I'm wrong. If it took you 2 years, no, he didn't say Freddy Krueger, he said Freddy Cougar. I like that. That was a good play on words. But if it took you 2 years to get a DNA test back, y'all didn't give a shit either. Let's call it what it is. Y'all didn't give a shit either. Y'all don't give a shit about what happens to children. No one does. How many of y'all are noticing that? And I've been saying this. No one gives a shit about what happens to children. I'm sick and tired of black women talking about they're the most unprotected group in America. No, the most unprotected group in America are children, because they aren't voters. They aren't voters, they don't spend money, so no one gives a shit. They let whatever you want to happen to children. Some of the most disgusting, disturbing shit happens to children.
In other news, police have released this sketch of the Peeping Tom. Well, that could be anybody.
Please call if you have any information.
Work can feel uncomfortable.
You're just going to keep on playing this shit. No matter how many times I pause, you're going to start right the fuck back. Children get no protection, and we don't give a shit.
What happened in this case, Faith?
Well, the law finally caught up with Sophie's mother and Thrash. They're both in prison right now. Thrash was
Why this bitch wearing Halloween lipstick?
spent 160 years behind bars.
Yeah, what are the other systems that failed Sophie? Are there any consequences for this?
According to Sophie's grandmother, 2 DFACS workers were fired for dropping the ball, but we haven't been able to confirm that because DFACS doesn't comment on cases.
What about Sophie and her baby? What happens now?
She had that baby just a few days shy of her 11th birthday.
Whoa.
That baby is in foster care in Indiana. As for Sophie herself, we're told she's in a mental health facility for trying to take her own life. Safe to say, she has a lot of healing to do.
What? What did they just say? Safe to say she has a lot of healing to do. They weren't talking about the girl. They were talking about the mother. They weren't talking about the girl. They were talking about the mom. Oh my God. No, they said the mom's got a lot of healing to do because she tried to take her own life. No, I know the mom's in jail. They said she tried to take her own life though. And they're saying she got a lot of healing to do. Let me wait a minute. You're saying the 11-year-old girl tried to kill her? No, let me listen back again. Let's listen back. So the girl had the baby and tried to kill. Yeah, I'm gonna listen back.
Failing that responsibility. 2 years later
I did everything. Shows, even though the wheels are in motion and they're turning, sometimes everything we did, all that we could do, and everything in the power of the law and staying within the manner of the law, to me, we weren't fast enough.
What happened in this case, Faith?
Well, the law finally caught up with Sophie's mother and Thrash. They're both in prison right now. Thrash will spend 160 years behind bars.
Yeah, what are the other systems that failed Sophie? Are there any consequences for this?
According to Sophie's grandmother, 2 DFACS workers were fired for dropping the ball, but we haven't been able to confirm that because DFACS doesn't comment on cases.
What about Sophie and her baby? What happens now?
She had that baby just a few days shy of her 11th birthday. That baby is in foster care in Indiana. As for Sophie herself, we're told she's in a mental health facility for trying to take her own life.
Okay.
Safe to say, she has a lot of healing to do.
Okay. All right. Y'all were right. All right. That's why I'm glad y'all caught it, because I was like, if they were asking about that mom, like, I got pissed. If they were asking about that mom, man. Because I'm more mad at the mom than anybody, and I still don't give a shit. I'm more mad at the mom. I'm more mad at the mom. The mom supplied. Let me ask y'all something. Who usually gets more time in jail? The drug user or the drug trafficker? Who usually gets more time in jail? The trafficker. The trafficker. No, the trafficker. The person trafficking to jail, the drug gets more time than the user. A lot. The person dealing in the supplier, yes, the supplier always gets more than the user. They're supposed to. The mom got 20 years in jail. The man got 100 and something years in jail. The mother was the one who supplied the child. The mother did this. You remember the mother drove hundreds of miles to give this child back to that man. Why did the mother only get 20 years? It was her daughter. It was her job. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? We treat women like they just are stupid motherfuckers, which they are, #WASP. Because why would we give women the power of life and death over children and then allow them to do dumb shit like this and never protect their children? And yet the man who slept with the girl gets longer than the woman who supplied the girl to the man. That ain't right. When the police tried to stop it, she moved to another city and let him keep doing it. That mother should probably get the death penalty. Instead, the man is being held to the ungodly standard where he getting 136 years in jail and the woman got 20. In what world does this make sense? Let's see if we can go to another fucking story.